In life, we've all had moments like this. While driving to work, someone cuts in front of us, and in an instant, anger and frustration well up. Our heart rate speeds up and we might even blurt out some angry words. For the rest of the journey and even after arriving at the office, our mood remains in disarray. But upon reflection, at that very moment of being cut off, we actually didn't suffer any physical harm or incur any real losses. It was merely an event that our brain perceived as a threat or an offense. This shows that often what truly bothers us isn't the event itself, but our perception and reaction to it. Physiologically, when we encounter something we consider unpleasant or annoying, our body releases chemicals that put us into the fight or flight stress response mode. In this state, emotions take over and rational thinking goes out the window. However, we're not destined to be slaves to our emotions. By consciously intervening the moment emotions surge, we can try taking a deep breath, feel our feet firmly planted on the ground, and remind ourselves, I'm in control of my emotions, this won't affect me. This way we can interrupt the spread of negative emotions and regain our calm and rationality. Through continuous practice, our mind and body will gradually learn to stay calm and focused in all situations, completely transforming our life experience. Those trivial matters that used to trouble us so much will no longer have the power to sway our emotions. We'll find ourselves able to go through each day with a newfound sense of ease and freedom. Learning to act as if nothing bothers us essentially means cultivating two crucial traits: imperturbability and unflappability. Imperturbability means remaining calm, composed, and unruffled in the face of any difficulties. People with this trait know that they possess inner strength capable of withstanding any storm. Their inner self is like a solid rock, not easily shaken by external disturbances. For example, when faced with heavy work pressure or sudden life changes, they can still handle things steadily, deal with problems methodically, and maintain their inner peace. Unflappability is reflected in not being easily irritated or thrown off balance by external stimuli. Those with this ability can move through life gracefully. No matter how complicated the situations are, they can keep their inner stability and not let external factors disrupt their emotions and states. In interpersonal relationships, even when facing misunderstandings or unfriendly treatment, they can remain composed, resolving conflicts with tolerance and understanding instead of getting caught up in meaningless arguments and emotional turmoil. When we integrate these two traits into our daily lives, we'll find our inner selves growing stronger. We'll become more confident and composed when facing life's challenges, no longer bothered by trivial matters, and truly become the masters of our own lives. In our daily lives, there are practical ways to integrate the concept of calmness into every moment and gradually transform ourselves. Enhancing self-awareness is the first step. When negative emotions like annoyance or anger start to surface, we need to be acutely aware that this is an impulse signal from our brain. Instead of immediately succumbing to the emotion, we should hit the pause button. Take a deep breath, calm our thoughts, and feel the connection between our feet and the ground. It's as if we're grounding ourselves firmly, drawing strength from the earth. At the same time, silently tell ourselves, I won't let this emotion control me. I'm in charge of my state. Through such self-suggestion and adjustment, we can gradually break free from the grip of emotions and return to a rational and calm state. Regarding negative situations as opportunities for growth is another important practice. In life, we inevitably encounter various setbacks and difficulties, such as work problems or relationship conflicts. In the past, we might have complained and worried, but now we should try to change our perspective. We can view these seemingly unfavorable situations as valuable chances to improve ourselves. When faced with a work challenge, we can tell ourselves, this is a great opportunity to enhance my abilities. By solving this problem, I'll become better. This positive shift in mindset not only makes us calmer when facing difficulties but also promotes our continuous growth and progress. Learning to accept emotions is also an essential part of practicing the path of composure. Emotions are normal physiological and psychological reactions. Suppressing or avoiding them will only make them accumulate inside us and eventually explode more violently. When emotions arise, instead of resisting or rejecting them, we should observe them like watching clouds floating across the sky. Don't be misled by the stories behind the emotions. Simply feel the various sensations they create in our body. For example, when angry, we might feel a rapid heartbeat and shortness of breath. Or when anxious, a discomfort in the stomach. Let these feelings exist naturally without judgment. Gradually, we'll find that emotions are like the tides, coming and going quickly without leaving a lasting impact on our hearts. To truly achieve a composed life, we need to deeply understand and follow some core principles. One of the key principles is recognizing that things themselves are neither inherently good nor bad. Many things in life are like the child-proof safety cap on a medicine bottle. For a child, it might be an annoying obstacle preventing them from getting what they want, but for parents, it's an important device to protect their child's safety. The same thing can be given completely different meanings depending on our perspective, background, and personal perception. When we can transcend our subjective judgments and understand the neutral nature of events, it becomes easier to face various changes with a peaceful mind, not being disturbed by external appearances and always maintaining our inner calm. Another important principle is to shift our consciousness and expand our sense of identity from the narrow personal self to the vast transpersonal consciousness space. In daily life, we often focus too much on our personal interests, feelings, and viewpoints, seeing the world from a self versus others perspective. This narrow way of thinking often leads to a lot of pain and distress. However, when we can break through this limitation and realize that we're interconnected with everything around us and are part of a larger whole, those triggering factors and turbulences that used to trouble us so much will lose their influence. We'll face everything in life with a more inclusive and peaceful mindset, just like looking at the scenery from the top of a mountain, where all disputes and worries seem insignificant. When we truly master the skills of dealing with life calmly and integrate these concepts and methods into every corner of our daily lives, we'll discover earth-shattering positive changes in our lives. In terms of life experience, those trivial matters that once annoyed us can no longer easily affect our emotions. We can face each day with a new sense of ease and freedom. Whether it's a busy workday, household chores, or complex relationships, we can handle them with ease. We no longer haggle over small things or let our emotions be swayed by external factors, truly enjoying the beauty and tranquility of life. In interpersonal relationships, our transformation will bring unexpected rewards. We're no longer the ones who are easily influenced by others' emotions and prone to losing our temper. Instead, we become a calm and reliable friend and partner. We can treat others with a more rational and inclusive attitude, listen to their opinions and ideas, and understand their positions and feelings. This positive change will make our relationships more harmonious, win us the respect and trust of others, and add more warmth and support to our lives. From the perspective of personal growth, a composed life allows us to save a great deal of energy that would otherwise be consumed by negative emotions and stress reactions. This precious energy can be redirected towards self-improvement and the pursuit of our dreams. We'll have more time and energy to learn new knowledge, develop new skills, explore our hobbies, and realize our life values. At the same time, in the process of constantly facing life's challenges, our inner selves will become stronger. We'll learn to draw lessons from failures and find opportunities in difficulties, gradually growing into a more mature, confident, and charming person.